Hyperinflation in Venezuela. Hyperinflation is described as monthly inflation that exceeds 50%. It happens when there is exponential increase in price level, which happens when there are a lot of money printed in short amount of time. The problem in Venezuela began in 1999 when Hugo became a president. The value of Venezuela currency as well as the success of the Venezuelan economy was significantly reliant on oil export by 2014. This all went down when the oil price were falling. In March 2013, Nicolas, who is Venezuela's new president, responded to the current issue by printing additional money. As the oil price has continued to decline, it caused the crisis to become worse, which worsened when they were printing more money as it pushed the value down further. Venezuela hyperinflation is caused by instability of currency that came about in 2019. They finally exit hyperinflation in 2022, but Venezuela are still in the inflation.
Factors of hyperinflation in Venezuela. The first is value of currency. Value of currency will increase unemployment, which is like higher price of the consumer affect the many Venezuelans who are already living in poverty. Furthermore, Venezuela has rapid economic growth as measured by GDP. However, there has also been higher unemployment rate. In addition, the tax revenue decreases because of the excessive Bolivar printing. Hyperinflation in Venezuela become active. The Venezuelan government choose to create money in times of need since it is quicker than borrowing money or collecting money from taxes. The last is the cost of living grows up. The value of currency, the price of product, and the price of we pay for goods and with the service reflects with the both cost of product and the value of the currency in which we are paying to them.
We continue on the factors which is strong dependence on import for basic commodities. First point is the ignorance of Venezuela on the local oil production that makes taxes and commodities becomes high and unpredictable. Second is the power of Bolivar's currency against the dollar favors imports and affected the production of goods. Next point is the Nicolas Maduro's 2013 election affecting an economic boycotts on Venezuela. And lastly is the world's fragility towards Venezuela economy.
Next is Venezuela economy are heavily reliant on oil production. Venezuela export are primarily made of oil. So with the overproduction of oil, it causes the oil prices fall and the country profit being severely reduced and lead US unable to keep its spending and causes foreign increases in debt. Due to economic crisis, over than 2 million people left the country that lead to the reduces of skilled workforce. So the oil production dropped due to this manpower shortage and other problems which certainly worsen the economic condition. In addition, the demand for oil and gas rapidly decreases with the outbreak of COVID-19 in 2020 because the movement recession reduced the use of oil in industry, transportation and shipping. In consequences, Venezuela suffered from triple crisis start from low oil prices, declining oil demand and coronavirus outbreak which causes extreme poverty that lead to the increases in hyperinflation.
Now, let's move on to the effects of hyperinflation in Venezuela. Hyperinflation has left an effect on the politics of Venezuela, such as there was a conflict between the interim government and the government. Next, Venezuelans have split up into two political parties, which some of them give their support to the current president Nicolas Maduro, while some of them give their support to the interim president Juan Guaido. Lastly, Venezuela is still in a crisis of political situation in which the interim government is trying to remove the title of the interim president of Juan Guaido.
Next, the economic effect of hyperinflation consists considerable increase, the value of the Venezuela currency is shrinking and the currency dumping in the market, loss of consumer purchasing power, and the last one is price of goods is uncontrolled. Thank you.
Next, the last effect of the Venezuela hyperinflation in social aspect are disease outbreak, migration, high unemployment rate, poverty, and food crisis.
As conclusion, the hyperinflation issue towards Venezuela has no simple result due to its varying causes, including with United States. For suggestion, Venezuela should be more focusing on dollarization and also fiscal adaptation to rebuild their economy.